Greetings, my V family all over the world. This is once again your gorgeous chief, all right, on his Wednesday message. Welcome to week 35, the first week of rank advancement. And I have this feeling that everyone pushes themselves and their teams on the last week of rank advancement so that they qualify for the rank. And then when they come to the first week, everyone goes like, okay, don't do that, guys. Don't lose the magic. Don't lose the momentum. Week 1 of the rank advancement week is fundamentally important that you maintain that energy, you maintain that passion, and you push throughout the 4 or 5 weeks. And then when it comes to last week, you could get into a higher rank and more people move rank. All right. So welcome to week 35. Make me proud. I hope you guys enjoyed my Instagram live, which I do every Sunday at 8 p.m. Hong Kong Standard Time. As somebody calling me for Instagram live. Alright, which I do 8 p.m. Hong Kong Standard Time every Sunday. Chief live on Instagram. And if you miss it, you can watch it on my Instagram grid, the boxes on Instagram. There's a video there which I upload right after my live session on Instagram. And guys, welcome to week 35. I'm going crazy. I'm excited. I just spoke to Dato Sri Vijay, planning the fine details of VCon 2020. Alright, 6, 7, 8 September, coming to you live on VTube. Get your ticket on qnet.net RSP e-store. Alright, make sure you attend this VCon from your home while we stream it live from 2 locations, Dubai and Malaysia. And you will be able to hear, feel the power of our founders, Japadas Bismarck and Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran. So wherever you are, all right, please don't be a moron. Make sure, all right, you attend this VCon. Get your ticket. It's going to change your life. And on this Wednesday message, being excited about VCon, remembering our journey. And a long time ago, I used to talk about this concept, all right, of who are we? And a lot of people, especially those who are listening today, whether you are new or you've been around, if you are new, you need to hear this on this Wednesday message. You've been around, you need to understand who you really are. Now today we are in a world where everyone is suppressed. The whole world is about keeping you down. All right, the world is not very happy when people rise, when people become successful. And in 1998, Japa and Dato Sri Vijay wanted to give an opportunity to everyone in the world, regardless of race, religion, creed, to be able to achieve financial freedom, to be able to achieve this concept of getting your choices back. All right, because I always said this, and I want you to listen very carefully. All right, from the time you were born, you were not able to make your own choices. Where you were born, who your parents, your nationality, the circumstances you were surrounded in your childhood, poverty, or whatever challenges you face. And somewhere along the way, you lost this basic human feeling called freedom. And then you got an education and you got into a job, which, in my opinion, all right, is the most worst thing, because it strips you of all the feeling of freedom you ever had, the remaining freedom. And at 22 years old, when I started my journey, I realized that I was not free, that I was controlled by everything and everyone, that I couldn't make any decision which I wanted to because of the financial lack of ability. I didn't have money. And you know what I'm talking about. That we walk past shops and we see things we want. We see cars drive past and we say, I wish one day I can drive that car. And today the internet is beating us to death with things that we can't afford and can't buy. And that leads to a frustration. But the bottom line, you lost your freedom. And what Dato Sri and Japa created was a platform where we get our freedom back. All right? That we fight every inch, every presentation, embrace every rejection, motivate every downline, all right? Be inspired by every upline to get enough energy to crawl out of that jail, of that comfort zone, of that slavery, all right? To come to the top and have a breath of fresh air, of freedom again. And if somebody asks me today, are you a networker? Are you an entrepreneur? I know there are many answers. My answer is I am a freedom fighter. I believe that Dato Sri Vijay is a freedom fighter. That his intent of starting this organization 22 years ago was to give people a chance to become free again. And this concept of financial freedom, what it really means is the ability for you to make your own decisions, eat where you want to eat, drive the car you want to drive, live in the house you really want to live in, send your children to the school you think they deserve to go, all right? Give back to your parents what they have given you your whole life. Pay something back. Build a charitable hospital, build a charitable school, fly first class, buy anything you want regardless of how people judge you, all right? To spend more time with your family, to truly be a good husband, wife, mother, father, brother, sister. That freedom, all right, is what Dato Sri Vijay wanted to give people, to live free again. And you may not understand this right now, but that is the power of network marketing. That is the power of QNet and the V, your grand upline. That this platform is not only about BV, it's not only about understanding the products or the comp plan. This platform is to set you free, to give you something you were supposed to be born with. So you were born free, and throughout your journey to the point you have a job, every single freedom you were born with was taken away from you by society, government, the economic conditions of where you live, the lack of opportunity, the lack of a chance to change the narrative, your story, your journey. And this requires you to be a freedom fighter. Don't for 1 minute be fooled that this journey is only about presentation, that this journey is only about understanding network marketing and having a name list. All of that is important. But the ultimate fundamental core of this journey is for you to have the ability to fight. Right? To fight and win every single battle that you will face on this journey. Because you are not fighting for a lollipop. Your ultimate goal is financial freedom. Something our fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers never even understood, never even had it. And thanks God for Dato Sri Vijay that he gave us this opportunity where it's a fair fight. That your desired results is dependent on you and nobody else. But this is a fight. Don't for 1 minute think that your journey to max out, your journey to financial freedom is going to be a walk in the park. That you can go, da, 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 oh, max out. No. Every single step requires you to be a fighter. Because you are asking for something that is so big, so beautiful, so powerful, called financial freedom. And you need to wake up and smell the coffee. And if I'm coming across too strong, I'm sorry, but I'm passionate. I believe in this concept. I thank Dato Sri Vijay Japa, the industry of network marketing, that today I am financially free. Alright, and how much money is not important. Alright, because if you max out a tracking center for the rest of your life, you'll make a lot of money, I guarantee you. But what that finance gives you is a sense of freedom. That you're finally living the life you were meant to live. that you have a freedom of choice, where to go, what to do. Alright, that you can look at something and say, I want it and I'm going to buy it. Something that never existed in our lives before. Do you understand this? But this requires you to have a mindset of a freedom fighter. It requires you to recognize the fact from the minute you sign up, from the first presentation you do, from the first time you Google the name QNet, from the first time you speak to your neighbor or a brand new prospect or a relative, you already got to be a fighter. You got to fight against the negativity. You got to be fighting every day against people's opinions. You got to be fighting against this information which is all over the internet, because you know the truth and that is not the truth. But you got to be a fighter. And you know this growing up. There are two types of people who get into a fight for freedom: the wimp and the warrior. And throughout history, you have heard Dato Sri Vijay mention their names: Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, right, Mother Teresa, John F. Kennedy, the great ones. Who were they? Right? They were diplomats, they were spiritual people, they wanted to change lives. But ultimately they were fighting every single day. They were freedom fighters, either for themselves, their country, the future generation. And you have to decide right now that if you start this journey as an entrepreneur, I'm begging you, choose to be a warrior and not a wimp. Because people who drop out of QNet, people who quit and say, I didn't make money, it didn't work for me, I couldn't handle all the rejections, all these people who quit, they have one thing in common: they were wimps. They got into a fight like this. Oh my God, what is this? Negativity, rejection, people's opinion, Google. Oh, they were wimps. And wimps don't achieve financial freedom. If you truly want to achieve financial freedom, then you learn there's only one way you achieve it. That is to get into the fight, to start this journey with one mindset, the mindset of a warrior. That this is your God-given right. And an article, information, somebody's opinion, a rejection, the lack of results cannot stop you from that ultimate goal of financial freedom. I am here today not because I'm smart. Alright, I've never bragged that I know everything. I don't. Alright, but thanks to my mom, thanks to my dad, thanks to my DNA, thanks to Dato Sri Vijay as my mentor, they built me to be a warrior. And if you want to sit down one day and make a video and tell the world that you are financially free, then the most important attitude is be a warrior. Be a warrior, guys. Because you're not asking for something special. You're asking for something you deserve, something you want, to help the people who rely on you, your downlines, your family, your parents. But you got to be a warrior. And I'm telling you right now, if you just started your journey, if you are midway your journey, alright, you're coming close to max out, there is one thing that will take you to financial freedom. That is, be a warrior. Because warriors win every battle. Warriors get knocked down and they get up again, as Dato Sri Vijay says. And if you look at all the V partners, if you look at all the AVPs, V Council, Max Out King, Max Out Queens, they all come from different walks of life. Most of them never even finish school, don't even have a piece of paper called a degree. But they have one thing in common. They started their journey as a warrior and they have finished their journey as a warrior. And today they are financially free. So the new people who are watching, welcome to the greatest battle of your life. But you are not alone. Japa is with you. Dato Sri Vijay, I am with you. Alright? And all we can advise you right now, be a warrior. Be strong. Have no more fear. This is your destiny. So wake up. Smell the coffee. Ignore the voices. All right, fight back to the negativity. Embrace the rejections and keep moving forward and forward. And regardless how great the battle becomes, regardless how big the challenge is, warriors will win. Warriors, all right, have persistence, tenacity, strength. And you keep going, guys. You never give up. Because you're not fighting for a lollipop. You're not fighting to buy a new t-shirt. You're fighting for your God-given right of freedom, financial freedom, something that will be a legacy that you will leave behind for many generations to come. You are the generation which is the turning point, the generation that chose to rise from that cage, from that prison, from that comfort zone. You are the generation that is going to leave the legacy of warriorship. So be a warrior, and financial freedom belongs to you. I love you guys.